Alright guys, we're back and we have a update video for you guys on the red Civic. This is going to be a pretty quick video because we might get kicked out of the structure, but we got Lewis here. It's been a while. David's here too, usual. And yeah, like I said, we have the red EJ1. Tell us about the car because it's been a long time since it's been on the channel.
Yeah, it's been about like a year. Last time we had it, we were barely swapping in the B18 B1. We managed to overheat it. Didn't think it was worth rebuilding. Ended up picking up a JDM B20. So slapped that in there. It took quite a while because I did a couple more upgrades than I had before. So I ended up going with the full-size radiator with the slim fans, and I actually added back the power steering because it was getting kind of annoying to do to drive it. Yeah, so last time we had repainted the engine bay, so it's still nice. It's got a couple nicks from the other swap. We ended up swapping the battery from under the dash to where it originally is because those smaller PC Odyssey batteries are a lot more expensive than the regular battery.
The car's actually a lot different. Like you said, the B18 that was in the car before blew up. It overheated. It was a cylinder head that was bad, right?
No, it was actually the valves. It was so like the oil seals kept leaking oil, and then for some reason it just ended up overheating. So.
Yeah, so yeah,
it wasn't worth fixing.
B20 JDM long block. It's got the Type R transmission that you guys saw. Us cleaning up in a prior episode. Cooling. The car has a lot of cooling upgrades, right?
Yeah, I got the full-size skunk tip radiator from the Integra. Ended up getting the Mishimoto slim fans with the strap, so we wouldn't hit the clutch master cylinder or the slave cylinder, not that. Cylinder. Yeah, as far as last time, I still reuse the DC headers. I do have silicone hoses, but I was afraid of actually cutting it the wrong way, so I tested it on just a regular hose because I actually put an extra temperature gauge inside.
Yeah, he's got we'll show you guys the inside of the car in a little while, but this is a threaded block to run a temp sensor, so that's pretty cool.
Nice. And we also added an oil pressure sensor, which is the autometer one with gauge. Have the S2000 clutch master with the block spacer, so it looks a little bit cleaner.
Why go with the S2000 master?
Just a little bit cleaner. It's a little bit cheaper than the original one from the dealership, so I just got that from Honda. It was like $20 less.
Does it change the pedal feel of the car?
No, it's kind of the same because the spacer's in there just to keep it the same. So they require you to put a little aluminum spacer, that way it feels the same as OEM. So we ended up adding the power steering. Last time when I had the car, I had already removed everything. I had thrown it away, so I had to hit the junkyard, refind all the lines. I actually replaced every single line for the power steering so they're not worn. I did have a Chase-based power steering kit, but I only ended up using the actual pressure line because it looks cleaner. And then I'm using the EF brake master, which is a little bit better because before the car was drum, so it was a 30-40 valve, now it's a 40-40 prop valve, so that helps. I'm still running the OBD1 wire B-series budget harness, so kind of cleans it up. It's not as messy as the original one.
And is it still running on a stock ECU?
No, it's actually running on a chip P28, so
nice.
Yeah, it's on Chrome. So
you're running Hasport mounts. I'm pretty sure we covered that in the last video too.
Yeah, but I ended up adding the torque mounts. I like the feeling of it not moving, so I added the torque Hasport mounts.
Can't really see those, but I can probably stick the camera in there. I can see it from here.
You see it? So yeah, Hasport torque mounts. So yeah, that's pretty much the engine bay. I still have the 3-inch intake into the OEM, and I have a pipe that runs down to the carbon fiber inlet. A little bit more cooler air. plus it just looks a little bit cleaner because some of those aftermarket air intakes are only a 2.5, so I wanted the 3-inch.
This is a different catch can than you used to have, right?
Yeah, before I had the one that was mounted on the battery, but since I had to put the battery up here, I just bought just a universal catch can. Cool. I was gonna end up getting some AN fittings welded, but just ended up using the PCV and then just the air intake hose. But that should be enough.
What I think is cool is everything in this car has been touched. Every nut, every bolt, all the accessories are new. You know, like power steering pump, alternator, the starter's brand new, oil pump, timing set, every single thing in this car is new. Yeah, this is a new Civic, essentially.
Yeah, like all the seals are all Honda. I didn't want to get all that Pro stuff. I didn't want it to fail.
Yeah.
And then as far as the chassis, I've replaced every single bushing under the chassis with the energy suspension, so it's a lot better.
Yeah, this car has a full suspension installed, so it's got coilovers, control arms, all the bushings.
And then the back went from drum to disc.
So it's got a DC2 trailing arm setup, so it's got disc brakes in the back. It's actually running on NKRPF ones. I'm not sure if we covered that in the last video.
No, these are 15 by 8. I think the offset's 28, I believe. The hand kicks are 205, 50, 15. So they're just regular tires, nothing fancy yet.
I mean, we can always swap these tires out for a set of like Federal RSRRs like I'm running on my Mustang, and this thing would rip.
Oh yeah, and I did upgrade the brake lines to stainless steel.
That's got steel braided lines.
Yeah, for the good ridge.
The paint on the car. Tell me about the paint.
Paint on the car was actually when I got it. It was very flaky, like the clear. You know how typical Hondas burn in the sun. Drove it like that for like 2 years. When I started working at an auto parts store, I found a guy that actually painted it for $500, and it's held up. It's already been like 3 years.
Yeah, the car looks great.
So it's not real good paint. It's like that paint with sealer already included. So
it's single stage.
Yeah, single stage. I don't really want to paint the whole car, make it too flashy.
First time you go off the track in the dirt, it's gonna get messed up. Yeah, this car is gonna see track time. You will see it at the track. We're actually planning on renting a track, having a private event. So me, Lewis, David, Mooney, who's not here, and some other people, we'll have the track all to ourselves. We'll bring great content from that. So let's move on to the interior. So, what have you done to the inside of this car?
Well, the car's actually gone through a few stages of interior changes. At one point, it was fully stock, kind of like this. The second time, it was fully gutted, no carpet, no nothing, just basically the seats. Yeah, it was really race car back then. It had just the seats, like you said, no carpet, no interior. It had a really cool like kick plate, floor plate, different steering wheel. Yeah, I kind of got over it because it was really hot, so every single time I would get in the car with like no AC, because the car's basically gutted under the dash. There's no heater, there's no AC. As you can see, the gauge pod is actually mounted where the actual climate control used to be. Yeah, this is actually a custom gauge pod. This isn't the one that I made you, huh? Definitely. So I actually cut this aluminum plate by hand, and just kind of drilled the holes and mounted these gauges for him, and then he cleaned it up a bit on the edges and mounted it in the dash, and it actually looks super finished, super cool. So you guys saw the water temp and the oil pressure sensor that are inside. Volts, obviously volts. Yeah, it looks great. And then he's also got a carbon fiber inlay for the gauges. Was that hard to install? Not really. You just basically gotta take it apart, clean it, and then it's basically like a 3M overlay. You just stick it on there. Cool. So it's got a NRG, like an Alcantara or a suede steering wheel. It's really nice. It's got the NRG quick release. NRG quick release. It's got the D&D hub. So that's all real nice stuff. What about the shifter? That one's basically run by the innovative B-Series linkage that I bought when I swapped it. And the shifter's I think it's the Keytune. I think it's a version 1 or 2. I'm not too sure. I think it's a version 1. So yeah, that one's it's pretty decent because you're actually able to adjust it up and down for the throw at the bottom as well. And then I managed to make my own custom cup holders. Oh yeah, the cup holders are cool. The EJ1s, they usually tend to break with the spring, so...
Yeah, so he made these cup holders himself. They're aluminum?
Yeah.
Yeah, aluminum cup holders. It's using all real nice hardware. That's pretty dope. There's the key tune shifter.
And then the pedal set, I got it from our fab. He used to be out here in Anaheim, now he's out here in Huntington. He does like pretty dope, like custom one-off stuff. Like battery trays, pedal sets. I actually got the shift knob from him too. It's made out of, I think, Delrin? Yeah,
Delrin shift knob. Does it get hot in the summer?
Exactly, so that's perfect. Because he made me an actual brass one that was really heavy, that was nice, but man, I think it's hot.
Yeah, the shift knob that I have in my Mustang is aluminum.
Yeah. And this one,
you have to wear gloves.
Yeah.
You have to wear gloves when you're out racing in the summer. Roll cage?
Alright, so it's a half-size roll bar. It's a bolt-on. I welded it. It was kind of hard at first because I really wanted to keep the panels, so I just ended up drilling holes on the actual OEM panel. It wasn't that hard. It's just kind of hard to be able to like bolt every single part down while it's still in there. So it's kind of like
it's got the holes cut on the ends, so he can keep his panels.
Yeah, but I'm still debating whether I want to gut it again, like fully. But for now, I just don't have any storage on where to put all these parts. So that's what.
Yeah, unfortunately, the interior of this car is so damn clean. I mean, look at these floor mats. Like this car is OEM floor mats. This car is mint clean, like super clean. So it'll be a shame to get rid of these parts and throw them away. So
yeah, and then I ditched the stock Civic seats and I got these Integra seats.
Oh yeah, the exhaust is different in the car now too. You said 2.5 all the way from the header back.
Yeah, so now it's 2.5 from the header back. Yeah, we have the Godspeed rear sway bar, and then I think it's just generic lower control arms. Skunk 2 rear camber kit, Black Bricks tilt kit, and at the front it's the Skunk 2 upper control arms, and at the bottom is just air energy suspension bushings all replaced. So
what size tires are these?
205, 50, 15.
Yeah, that's the size I want to run on my Civic someday. And the fitment on this car is great. It's like, it's low, but it's not, you know.
And it still doesn't rotate. I was able to get it down to.
So the fitment on this car is beautiful, and it's a functional low. It's not too low. You can still, I mean, obviously it scrapes everywhere, but you know, the car still handles really well. He didn't mess up the too bad, but Hone Developments make some cool stuff for.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that Eric Couture runs on his EG hatchback race car. We would probably use a lot of that stuff on this car.
Yeah, cool. Especially the tie rod end, the rear trailer arm, adjusters and stuff. And all that stuff. I don't know. My goal is just to try to make it one day spherical, but it'll be slowly because all that stuff is really expensive.
Yeah.
For those of you on a budget.
Yeah. So this is a very nice build. But none of this is complete out of means for a lot of people. I mean, like you said, single stage paint, NKRPF ones in this size aren't terribly expensive. Like the interior, I mean, it took some time and a lot of custom parts, but you know, you can, if you're patient, you can outsource OEM parts and you know, have a basically showroom fresh interior at some point. Motor setup isn't too crazy, so it's, you know, totally, I mean, Type R transmission's a little fancy, but you don't need to have a Type R transmission. But since he plans on tracking this car, having an LSD is definitely helpful. So what are your plans for this thing?
Just to track it, just a little weekend car. I don't really drive it as much as I used to because I ended up getting it daily. But yeah, just to drive it around on the track, get some seat time. Yeah, that's what really matters.
Seat time is what matters. So I mean, the car's pretty much done, dialed in. I mean, there's a couple little.
I still want to get a couple more things like AM fuel rail, aftermarket regulator. I really want to try that hybrid B series shifter, but it's kind of still in the works. Because those are really nice. The new hybrid shifters. Beautiful.
Yeah, I've seen a couple guys on YouTube wearing installing betas, like test shifters. But yeah, maybe if that comes to the market.
Yeah, that and then just get it tuned because it's basically on just chrome, so it's not even tuned yet. It's just on the map.
And it's doing some weird thing with temperature, right? I mean, it's not.
Yeah, so I haven't drove it for like a month. Like I've only warmed it up, and then today that it's like really hot out here, for some reason it's going up to like 200, 210. But the good thing is that the fan is still kicking on. But it's weird though because the auto meter gauge like reads that it's really hot, but the OEM one is not. It's not going above. So I don't know if that's. Well, it's not normal because the fans are on like for like quite a few miles on.
Yeah, it's really weird, but I mean it's not overheating, it's just running a little hot, so we'll sort that out.
Yeah.
Maybe need the system needs to be bled again or something, who knows. Because this is a full size radiator, not a half size. It's like you said before, it's got like the Mishimoto shroud and the Mishimoto fan.
Yeah, and then the stuff to make it work was the ASR. They make a little bracket relocation kit for the bottom and the top, so it looks a lot cleaner. A lot of people, they just cut pieces of aluminum and just bolt it.
Yeah, so this thing should not be overheating, and I mean he did this so that you can so you won't overheat, and it's still running a little hot, which is strange, but we'll sort that out, and we need to sort it out before we go to the track because we're gonna be really pushing this car. So it's got some sorting out, it's got some fuel stuff that he wants to do. Like you said, he wants to get a tune, and I mean all he really needs is a few things and a helmet, and this car's good to go.
So the shock towers, before I used to love the car to be super low. So there's a kit that Downstar sells. I think it's made by OBD Welding Works. They basically just cut it out, weld it in. So that kind of gives you like a little bit more, kind of more room for the control arm not to hit up there. So welded that, got it bounded in, nice and kind of nice. Also we got the skunk tube intake manifold with the skunk tube throttle body. And then we got the innovative D series bracket to work with the cable. It's still not working that bad. I mean that I guess like good because I had to go one bolt back. It was too loose.
Yeah, you see how he had to skip it back because maybe the cable's too long or something.
And then now we gotta figure out why, because the throttle gets stuck every now and then, so I'm not too sure why that is.
Yeah, we were driving the car earlier today, and the throttle body keeps getting stuck.
It doesn't get stuck like with at maybe like higher RPM, but it stays at like 1500 until the car comes to like a complete stop. So I fixed that. And then as far as painting the bay, I painted it last time when I swapped it. I basically just scuffed it down, sanded like most of the kind of like the bigger parts, and then getting that duplicate color like the red Milano color match. And then I bought that clear, which is like the 2-stage clear. So that's kind of been holding up. I really thought it wasn't because a lot of people say that it flakes after a while, but it's been holding up. And then the firewall, I ended up using that DEI gold heat tape, and then I plugged up the firewall holes, the major ones, with the Downstar firewall plug kit.
Shout out Downstar for that.
Because everything kind of runs out of where the heater used to be, so
like you said, we in an episode that we did a long time ago, one of our first videos, way back in the day, we took the dash completely out, and then this thing has nothing in the dash.
Yeah, it's
a lot of weight that was saved there, but no heater. We'll never have the potential for AC.
No,
never gonna have AC again. Everything under the dash is out. It's gone.
It's better than tote. The only thing that I am planning on installing, hopefully we do a video on it soon. I bought a push start button. It's nothing like, I guess, to make it fast, but it's just really nice because Total Race Innovations, they make a kit, which is kind of like an alarm, like kind of like all in one, because they basically give you a chip, and then you basically just install, like the kit, and then it's a push start. But it's like a true push start. Like you don't need to put your key in and then put it into the actual accessory mode. You basically just swipe the chip over the little reader that it has, and then just turn it on. So hopefully we'll install that on the next episode.
Yeah. So there it is. There's the Civic. What's that, David?
Don't look at it. Just turn it on.
So we're gonna head and close this out. We just wanted to give you guys a little update on the EJ1. It's probably like one of the most viewed videos on the channel, honestly, and it sucks that we haven't been able to have the car on the channel since then, but there it is. Yeah. So these are going to be different. I mean, you're going to be seeing a lot of this car in the future. Like I said, we're gonna be doing a lot of track stuff really soon. We're just things are in the works. So you guys will see a lot of stuff happen pretty soon. So yeah, man.
Yemen.
We didn't talk about the arrow catches.
Those are arrow catches.
Arrow catch latches.
Latches, that's what it was.
So we're gonna go ahead and close this out. Just wanted to give you guys a quick little update. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment. Let us know what you think about the Civic. Let us know what you think Lewis should do to the Civic at some point. junket. Check out the merch. We appreciate you guys will pick up some merch and
Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, dude, just follow us on Instagram. That would be nice. All right, guys, peace out. See you in the next one.